Hello, Trouties, and welcome to this week's episode of Facebook Live Friday. I'm a little late to the game today. I'm having a lighting issue. It's very bright in the studio today, and you can see it's like blowing out over here, but that's okay, because you can see me and I'm talking, and that's, where the focus is. I hope you're all having a wonderful week. We have had quite the week here in Texas. As I last left you, we were preparing for Hurricane Harvey that was coming through Friday night, and boy, did it ever. So I'm sure you've seen on the news, it's been quite the event here in Texas, and I have been very busy trying to help with that all week. But of course, I still made time for you Trouties because I adore you and I want to be here talking to you. My hair looks a little weird too. So a couple things I want to talk about today. It is September 1st, which I know for some of you officially means pumpkin latte season. I'm personally, I'll admit, I'm not a fan of the pumpkin latte. I don't like lattes. I guess that is probably more of the reason. In fact, if I were going to have a themed drink of the season, I used to really enjoy those. It was like the peppermint one, like chocolate and peppermint. But yes, I'm not really a pumpkin fan. And I also am kind of like, it's September 1st, it's not quite fall yet. But I, just like the rest of us all, get excited about fall. I'm going to try to, it's so bright. Okay, that might help. I get excited about fall fashion. I'm kind of sick of summer clothes by this time. I mean, I'm wearing sleeves right now, even though it's still like 90-something degrees out and crazy hot. I'm just ready for like a change in my closet. And we've talked a little bit about changing your closet over for fall in recent episodes. If you check just the video side of the Manic Trout Facebook page, you can look through. I title them pretty appropriately. And we talked about switching your closet over. I also saw something on Twitter today that was kind of cute about doing actually writing out, and I did it, a fall bucket list, and I did my own little like autumn style bucket list, and I referenced the things that we had in the last video about changing your closet over. So I talked about like removing the summer clothes, cleaning things, making sure your jewelry, shoes, bags, everything are in good condition, treating yourself to a fall accessory perhaps, the things that we talked about to make sure that I personally adhere to the advice that I'm giving. But today I want to talk about something kind of fun that are the projected trends for fall. So if you are not really familiar with how the world of like fashion and fashion shows and trends work, basically the spring shows are talking about fall. So all of the fashion shows that happened were projecting kind of what the trends were now and already were on the runway. So that's how they come up with the trends. They're basically based on what the designers have already designed for the season. And then if we all saw Devil Wears Prada, trickles down into different, the larger big box stores at this point catch on, like fast fashion does catch on by the time the season starts. So everybody's pretty much on the same page by the time fall hits now. So you'll be able to find the trends, not just in the big fashion houses anymore, like the big expensive brands, but in all brands now. Everybody tries to kind of be on the same page so that if you see something in a magazine that's a trend item, you'll be able to find it across multiple price points. So the things that I'm saying are just kind of like what a few of my favorite sites are, websites are forecasting for the big fall trends. And I wanted to share those with you today and then give you a sneak peek of a few of the pieces of the fall winter collection coming next week. I thought a lot about whether or not I should release the collection next week. One, because of everything that has been happening in Texas, and two, because it is Labor Day weekend. However, Labor Day, I feel like just the way it was in the middle of like it's like the second week of September, and if I wait too long, then that starts to get in the way of the other releases that are coming out. So it will be released right after Labor Day weekend, which is kind of confusing. I know it's still like a holiday, but it will be. So let's get excited. And today I'm going to give you a sneak peek of a few of the pieces so you'll know what's coming. All right, so fall trends. One of the things that I thought was kind of fun for this fall is, besides like burgundies always being in style in fall, sometimes they call it oxblood, sometimes burgundy. This year they're calling it burgundy, sometimes maroon. But this year, like a bright red is also really in style. So it's been suggested that if you're gonna buy like one fashionable piece, and we're not talking about a basic, we're talking about something that's like very like on fashion, to do it in the brightest red that you can find. And that will be a fun way to punch up your basics this season. And a great way that if you just wanna buy one, piece of clothing for the fall, that may be a fun way to do it. I often, like, especially living in New York, I would usually, like if I needed a new coat, that would be the item, because so much of the time I was wearing my coat, or like a new, like when I ran restaurants and I was wearing like kind of business casual most of the time, like I would wear a lot of like blazery type things. So something in that would be a great way to do it. I also am a big fan of like a handbag, because if you carry that all the time, it's I'm into the cost per wear, so that's a great way to do it too, even though I did say clothes. So the next is a little out there, but if you are looking for a really fun on-trend item for this fall, glitter boots are supposed to be very big. So for those of you that love whimsy in your wardrobe, glitter boots are gonna have a moment, and if you are somebody that loves glitter and has been dying to do something like this, now is your chance. The next thing is my personal favorite, because I'm already doing it, is berry lipstick. Berry lipstick came back in, like first that like brownish lipstick, and then that like vamp color that was very big in my college days has come back, and I am delighted, because the darker the berry of the lipstick, the better it looks on me, so I am all over that trend. Okay, so I will give some recommendations on some great ones that I've tried. There is oh goodness, I forgot her name. A Kat Von D lipstick. If you want a higher end, that is called, I think, Motorhead, and that is like bringing back vamp. The one that I'm wearing though, I love, and I have bought multiples of because it's so inexpensive. I got it at Target. It is the NYX brand, and it is Aria. And I actually even went and tried to get like the MAC version and like looked at other ones, because I'll admit, wearing this one for hours sometimes is a little drying. It's matte, which I like the texture, but So I looked for it in like a comparable color, and I keep going back to this one. This is one of my favorite berry lipsticks ever. If you have coloring similar to mine, I think it's like a $4 or $5 lipstick. Give it a whirl. But that Kat Von D, if you want a higher end, ooh, her lipsticks are lovely. I think it's Motorhead. Very good. All right. The next one is that on handbags this season, refined hardware. However, I will say that if you like I always say, be careful if you like very nice handbags. Be careful of them being too on trend for a certain season, but maybe more of the play level. It's a lot of like very pretty hardware is having a moment in the handbag world. So that would be if you are looking for something very trendy in that area, like you're set on your clothes, you don't need anything new there. A handbag with very refined hardware might be the way to go for this season. It's a fun way to think of it. Plaids usually have a moment in the fall, but this year, like the 70s plaids are going to be a big thing. And I have seen a lot of like plaid pants with the bell bottoms kind of making a comeback. Could be a way to go, which brings me to the pantsuit. We all saw that coming, is having a big moment still. So if you are feeling crazy, you could go with a plaid pantsuit. And the reason why I say that is because you could separate it. I don't know if I'd be able to do a whole pantsuit in plaid. I'm really short, so I don't think it would work well on me anyway. But you could use the pieces as separates. But that's one way to go, Betty. If you buy a plaid pantsuit and rock it all together, please share a photo of it, because I really want to see somebody rocking that look with your glitter boots. No, that's too much. Well, maybe not. It depends on how well you are at mixing things. But anyway, the next thing is folk inspired. So I saw a few plays on that, like Americana style. I kind of, in my mind, like they were talking about a lot of like embroidered things. So I think of like old world, kind of like what like the Russian or Polish styles were like centuries ago type style, or like old school Ralph Lauren, like from the 80s. Like I think that is kind of, because the chunky sweaters and stuff are also kind of tied into that a little bit. So that kind of is like an area that you can go, especially for those of us that work at home and don't get office dressed. That's kind of a fun way to get into fall style that way. If you want to go the cozy route, maybe you're traveling somewhere, you're taking a great ski vacation or something. So know that like probably a big chunky sweater will not do you wrong in that way. And speaking of warmth, the shearling jacket, both faux and real depending on your views, is having a big moment again this fall. And those are always beautiful, classic, That's something that if you get it this year, I kind of see it as if something comes into trend and it's something that you love, this is when you'll have a lot of options. So if shearling jackets are in, that means that they'll be available in every price range, every fabric, every color, and you can choose the one that you like best and then wear it for years to come, because that's like a trench coat. It never goes out of style. Fringe is having another moment this fall, as it has been the past few years. I am sure we will see fringe again on everything from accessories to handbags to clothes, and that ties into the Americana as well, so that can go kind of both ways on that. But if you have fringe items from the past couple of years, bring those back out. There was some, I don't remember what magazine it was, but there was a magazine a few years ago that I would read all the time, and it would always say like what to keep, what to store, what to get rid of. So it was kind of like, okay, look at your closet at the beginning of the season. Some are like trend items that you know will come back. Some are evergreen. They'll always look good no matter what the season is, like burgundy, you know, and like hunter green. Those always do well. Camel, anything. Some things like fringe kind of come and go. So if you had fringe from the past, now is the time to wear them. And then some things like studded hardware accessories, I think those are kind of going away for a little while, but they'll probably come back, so you don't need to like get rid of them, especially if they're investment pieces. All right, and the last fall trend item that we're going to talk about is gold fabric. So I saw like a lot of, and I don't know if it actually is like gold lame, like if it's still that fabric, but there were a lot of like gold dresses. So I would almost say like if you are thinking about like your cocktail party, and I would say like not probably like an office party, but like the fun, like crazy holiday party or New Year's Eve, think about gold this year, because that's going to be one, like we've been talking about, where your most options are, and two, you will look fabulous and it will be a fun way to get dressed up. So those are 10 trends that I have been seeing around. Now, I think it was the week before last, this week I did not do a newsletter because it was a little chaotic. If you're not signed up, I think there's a sign up right on the Facebook page. If not, you can sign up at manictrout.com. But I think 2 weeks ago, what I ended up doing, and I really enjoyed this, I will try to continue it as long as we, you know, all goes well in Texas this week, is I took the video that we did on Fridays. This Facebook Live Friday actually stays on Facebook and becomes a video. And I put it linked in the newsletter and then created like a kind of like more blog style. I like took I converted it into like, you know, a summed up text. So I will be doing the same thing this week, and I will, if you're curious to see that, include my autumn style bucket list that I showed you in the beginning and the 10 fall trends that have been catching my eye. And this part I'm not going to include because this is just special for you guys watching the video. Here's for the fun part. I'm going to actually just show you 3 of the finished pieces that I have for the fall winter collection coming next week. Now, 2 of them are definitely going to be in the collection, and 1 I'm kind of on the fence about. I don't know if I love it. So please give me feedback. Make a comment, send me a message, Sierra@manictrout.com, or just message me on Facebook. Give me your feedback, just yes or no. Like, I love it, nah, not great, you know, because I am curious of what your thoughts are. Sometimes I get all in the head when I'm designing, and the last few days before the collection, I'm photographing and pricing and naming and doing the website, and more importantly, I'm editing still. Because up until the last minute, I might decide that like, oh, this should not stay in the collection. This is not working. As I've talked about, I'm doing things a little differently for the fall-winter collection this year. I will not have animals in it. It will just be a collection of my other statement jewelry. Everything will be gemstone based, because that is typically what my collections are of the non-animals. Not always, but typically fall, winter. And so in the past, I've done like an assortment of animals and then like 4 colors of a necklace, bracelet, earring kind of design. But because I'm not doing the animals in the like seasonal collections, just in their own months, I'm going to try something new. I'm going to try to do it so there are actually like, instead of just like color variations of the same design, there will be more variation from design to design and not like just different colors of them. So we'll see how that goes. Like I always say, I love feedback. Comment right on here. These stay up on Facebook, and I love to continue the conversation and, you know, obviously read and answer everything that you are writing there. All right. So That's drum roll. I don't know how to make that noise. Here's the first sneak peek for fall winter 17. I have no names, and I can't remember the names of any of the gemstones that I'm showing you. But here's the first one. I did preview one of the stones on Facebook. I'm gonna have to put this on. I'm not wearing the best outfit for this. Okay, so here is the first peek. So we have this gorgeous stone on the bottom. And see, look at, I have my askew by having the round, and then there is one rectangle off center with this gorgeous color up at the top. Can't remember any of the stones, I apologize. It's kind of the good and the bad of the preview. Let me put that on really quick and see how that goes. So these are also, I'm trying to go a little bit longer in length for fall because I know that people, you know, oh, this looks nice with this shirt, huh? It's dress. So I know that a lot of people like to have heavier like blouses and things like that to go over. You know, and as always, you can request shorter and longer. And in fact, right on like the site now, you can add an extender to any order. But this will be available both gold and silver. And it is great for fall. I actually have not tried this on with anything except for like the t-shirt that I was working when I designed it. And it looks much better. Not in my, you know, studio making clothes and no jewelry. It looks nice, all polished and put together. All right. The next one, I know a lot of you are going to be really excited about because I keep teasing that more are coming. And I think I wore this dress so that this necklace can look really good on it because it's, oh, look at how long that is. Look at how fun that is. All right, so this one is mega long. I think, like if you go to the bottom of the pendant, I think just the chain itself is like 38 inches and then that adds some more on there. And I'm not even doing the clasp. Oh my goodness, you guys, I'm so short that you can't even, hold on, let's see here, ready? I would think I'm like a normal sized person that this would probably be like up here, but yeah, doesn't that look nice with our shirt? So it is an amethyst pendant, and this is crazy lace agate, and it is a beautiful gray color, the perfect gray from the Pantone colors for fall. Remember we talked about that in a video as well. And you know, like I said, I know a lot of you have been wanting long necklaces, so it is a super long and beautiful for you long necklace trouties out there option. And that too will be available, I think, in silver. I don't know how, I don't know. I, of course, you know, when I collect materials, usually, you know, get chain in one color because they're big spools to make sure I want to use it. I have to make sure the exact chain can be plated in silver, but it is gold. And here is the third sneak peek. All right, so here's the question. This is the, so if you are referencing, then just say the one I had the question about, or like the maybe or something. All right, so what are we feeling about this? So it's very, I think this is like picture jasper or something. I can't remember. And this is like landscape stone. So it's very neutral, which to me of being like a very like, I really like the saturated colors. So, but I don't design for myself. We've talked about this. I design for my muse, Chloe, and I don't know if Chloe would like this. So I designed it and then I put it aside and then I kept coming back to it. I dreamed about it last night. So now I'm not sure. I almost want to do this, but I don't enjoy, oh, see, I like that better. But then I'm going away from my askewness. Oh, I actually really kind of like that. I think this shirt is causing problems for me. But see, I like that. So let me know your thoughts on this one, on the maybe necklace. Do you like it? Do you like it when it's centered? Do you not like it at all? Do you enjoy colors like this? Let me know, Trouties. I would love some feedback. I'm going to go back to this because I'm kind of feeling this. There was this design that I had a few years ago that had like 2 strands. That big vintage shell thing. Reminds me of it. I'm kind of digging this right now. It's feeling very Southwestern like this. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. Are you into this? Are you not into this? Do you like it centered? Do you prefer the askew? I know I'm repeating myself, but I'm excited. So I will leave you with that, of asking you to give me some feedback. Like I said, if you're not signed up for the newsletter, go to manictrout.com. Just put your email in. It like prompts you to verify it, and you will get to have the, I kind of do like a blog post style of this video in the newsletter on Tuesdays so that you'd get to see that. But Have a wonderful weekend, Trouties. I hope that any of you that are in Texas as well stayed safe and dry during the storm. If not, let me know if you need help. I have a network of people I can kind of reach out to get word out there if you need anything. And I am, if you don't know, I don't even think I introduced myself in the beginning. I am Sierra Bailey, the maker, designer, owner, everythinger here at Manic Trout. On Wednesdays, on Fridays, I go live on Facebook. You can always find me at the Manic Trout Facebook page, which is right up there on my icon. Click on my necklace photo and it will take you there. I am also Manic Trout on Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, all the social media. And of course, all jewelry is available at manictrout.com. I thank you so much for joining me this week. I love being able to at least communicate with all of you. It's great to be able to do these live videos. And of course, I will see you next week where I will actually be visiting my dad and grandparents in New Hampshire. So I have no idea how I'm going to do that, but I'm going to be in New Hampshire. So I will see you next Friday at 1 p.m. Central. Thank you.